Hello, Crisis X2 Light here, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Emerald Vanilla. Now, when we last left off, we wiped out Team Aqua's base. Then we went to Lily Cove Slateport City, to get more information about where Team Aqua's leader had gone. It turns out he'd stole a submarine from Slateport and made his way to an underwater cavern that's somewhere in the Hoenn region. In this episode, we're gonna give chase, but not from Slateport, but rather from here in Lily Cove. And why not at Slateport? Well, in the last episode, I did mention the strong currents that were there. Yeah, I talk to his old man every day because he gives a free berry every day and it's always random. Anyway, like they said, the Hoenn region has a lot of water, as you can see here in the Pokénav. I'll go to the map here. We have to explore all of this to find where they went. All of this water. Where did they go? Who knows? But this is where our next destination is going to take us. We can explore anywhere we want on the high seas here around the Hoenn region, but this is our destination here, Mossdeep City. We can also go here too, but we don't have dive, so we can't actually go to Sutopolo City. Just around the area, just the area surrounding it. So, without further ado, let's surf. Also, I need a water stone to evolve this guy eventually. He's getting close to when he learns his last move. I'm growing bored of swimming. How about a battle? Here I am, swimming by my lonesome on this wide, beautiful sea. There's no other word for it. This is pathetic. Well, you have a girlfriend right here. Oh yeah, I just remembered. If you press select here during a battle, if you press start during a battle, you see those bars that are under my Pokemon's health? Well, my Pokemon's names and stuff? Well, if you press start here, now you can see numbers. Not many people know about that, but that's a very convenient way to gauge your Pokemon's health if you can't read their health in bars. A similar thing can be done in the Super Nintendo game Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. During battle, you can change your HP from being bars to numbers. I'm not sure if that's a referential thing that Pokemon did, or if they just didn't know about that, and I feel that this was their idea. But whatever. I had no idea that you were this strong. I'm feeling blue. Blue as the sky. Here's one of the many dive spots in this area. If you have dive and you go down under the water, you can find treasures. But we don't have dive, so we can't. So we'll worry about this spot later. Hey, are you lost at sea? If you can beat my Pokemon, I can serve as your pilot. There's our powerful water type move. Muddy Water. It's a 95 base power water type move with 85 accuracy. It's not quite as accurate as Surf, but it has a secondary effect as you can see on the screen. It says that it may lower accuracy. It hits both Pokemon on a battlefield. I think it hits like 2 Pokemon on the battlefield or 1, but even so, you can use it to reduce your your opponent's accuracy. It's basically Mud Slap, but much more powerful. If you're wondering why I never taught Bowfin Surf, that is why. Because he was going to learn a water type move anyway that was stronger than Water Gun. Should I switch here? Yeah, we'll send out Cream Puff. She has Shockwave, so... And this is her debut battle as a Delcatty. I lost my bearings in battle. There's another dive spot. Here's a wild Pokemon battle. Get going. If you just float in the sea like this, Pokemon come around to play. That's cute. Oh darn, I've gone and lost. It's only on a whim, but maybe I'll get you to register me in your Pokénav. Register swimmer female Jenny. This ocean is flipping huge, so there's a lot of things to see out here, including this empty spot here. No, not really. There's an item somewhere around here. Let's see if I can find it. If not, then I just wasted your time, and I apologize. No, but there's another area over there. Let's check that area out. Ah, there's a house over here. Hunter's house. A hunter's house, huh? Let's read the sign on his wall. Wanted, trade item. Red shard, firestone. Yellow shard, thunderstone. Blue shard, water stone. Green shard, leaf stone. I am the diving treasure hunter. I am the awesome dude who makes deep sea dives to gather treasures resting at the bottom. You haven't got any treasures from me. If you see any shards, like the red shard, you've got to trade it with me. This guy is very important. Let's keep him in mind. He gives you rare element stones for colored shards, which I think is cool. Also, we're right next to Mossdeep City, but there's so much more to explore, don't you think? So rather than setting foot in Mossdeep City, let's surf straight up north of it. Here on Route 125, we have a cave. We also have quite a number of trainers here, so let's go ahead and knock them out. And make the surf back fun much better. Let's see how far you go down. That's pretty far down. How would you like to take on the water type Pokemon I raised? I think this lady also appears in the Generation 4 Pokemon game. No, I might be wrong though. The names are different. But they say the exact same line. In Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, there's a female swimmer that you can battle that says the exact same line. Would you like to battle the water type Pokemon I raised? And when you do, in that one she has a Golduck. In this game, this swimmer female has a Sea King. Lost it. Here's something funny that can happen. Let me go ahead and set that repel back up real quick here. Scroll down. Let's just grab it from the bottom of the list and bring it up. It'll be easier to access. Anyway, here's something funny that can happen. Alright, you see this old man and this dude with the blonde hair? Sometimes the AI will desync as they're bouncing back and forth here, and they will do this thing where instead of bouncing into each other, as you see here, they will just be doing this weird dance where they look like this. I'm not sure what triggers that. It seems to be random, but yeah, when it happens, it happens. Also, this is going to be very hard to try and get a double battle going because I want to jump right between them before they meet. So let's see if I can do this right. There we go. Why would a bird keeper like me come out to the sea? Hey, was it you throwing garbage into the sea? Ooh, angry old man alert. Better watch yourself. Oron? I guess I should have given him the much more gruff sounding, "Hey, were you the ones throwing garbage into the sea?" kind of voice. If you're wondering, Oron is a character from the game Final Fantasy X. He is a swordsman in the game, a sort of samurai with a collar that covers up his mouth. I don't want to spoil the game's premise or anything about what happens. I'm not going to say anything. A lot of people haven't played Final Fantasy X. I'm just going to be very brief about Oron. He's a rather cool character. Really, really great limit breaks, and that's all I'm going to say about him. Anyway, so why is Oron here? Why is he a Pokemon trainer? Why does he have a Manectric? And for those of you who do know who Oron is, please do not spoil the character. Like I said, there are people who haven't played Final Fantasy X, even though this is the year 2025. There are people who still haven't played that game, so please do not spoil it at all. Any spoilery comments will be deleted. Oh, darn. Hang on a second. I gotta pause the video real quick. I got a loose lash and I don't like to pick at my eyes too much when I'm doing these videos. So I'll be right back. I'm just take care of my eye real quick. Okay, I'm done. It was probably just a lash. There you go. It reduced Machamp's accuracy. Didn't quite help, but it did something. As you can see, as soon as I pressed A on it, you notice that it didn't give me the option of choosing what the Pokemon to hit. It just immediately chose the Pokemon, like that. Oh, I got a crit. Okay, I'll tell you why I'm here. Oh, you weren't throwing trash into the sea. I put a message in a bottle and put it out to sea. I'm sure that a girl swimmer will find it. I found an unsightly bottle bobbing in the waves earlier. It angers me that someone would pollute the sea. I'm trying my best to sound like Warren from Final Fantasy X, so forgive me if I'm a little bit off. But hey, when I have a deep voice, I can do deep voices. Back to surfing. Here we have a female swimmer. I'm tired of swimming. Are you up for a battle with me? Sure. That's why I spoke to you. I like the dex entry for the Pokemon Love Disc. It is said that if two people find a love disc, that they trade one love disc with the other, that seals their love for each other. It's rather adorable, cute and adorable. Oh, good grief! Yeah, that's one of their main gimmicks. Grown. Oh, mighty Yenna. Let's speed this up. There we go. You're too much. Oh, she's back to swimming. Now, this guy right here, I'm not gonna battle him because of the excuse me, because of the fact that we have mighty Yenna leading. So instead, I'm gonna surf a little bit over here and talk to these girls. A funny old man lives in the Shoal Cave, someone told me. Are you going to see him too? That's a weirdly incorrect grammatical sentence. I'm pretty sure they meant to put a comma in there and a lowercase s, because that's a continued thought, not an ending sentence, but enough being a grammar person. These two girls have the exact same Pokemon in the remakes, but fully evolved. So they're much tougher. They are much tougher in Generation 6. Yeah, both these girls have, instead of a Numel and Swablu, they have a Camerupt and an Altaria. I thought we would win. Well, you thought wrong. Anything over here besides this base? No? Okay. Here's Shoal Cave. Now, I'm not gonna explore this cave. This cave is actually pretty large, and right now it's high tide, so there's not much we can explore here anyway. But I'm gonna do a little bit of exploration about it. First, let's talk to this old man that's chilling here. Are you planning on going deep in there? How about bringing me back some shoal salt and shoal shells? I can make you something good if you bring me the ingredients. Well, we can do a little bit of exploring, and there are some Pokemon here that we can catch too. Since this is high tide, let's look around a little bit, see where the high tides take us. We'll start with this area here. An item we can get. Anything here? And yes, I'm button mashing. Nope, nothing. Okay, so this ledge is useless. Here in Shoal Cave is the region's only known ice type Pokemon. There's actually 2 ice type Pokemon, but the others are deeper under the water and we can't get them yet. But there is one that we can have access to if we let our Max Power wear out. First, let's pick up this item. This is a Shoal Shell. I heard that Shoal Shells and Shoal Salts regenerate, I think, once every day or something. I could be misremembering that. Here we have another Shoal Shell. That's 2. We need 4 of each. Even though the old man didn't exactly say the number, we do need 4 of each in order to get that special item from him. Now, it's not a really great item in my opinion. It's basically a self-heal, but what can you say? And this Tentacool has a clear body for its ability. Here we have an item, but we'll get to that in just a minute. This is a really strange patch of water. It's rectangular. Here's our 3rd Shoal Shell. And our 4th one. Let's see who we're encountering here. A Golbat. We don't have a Golbat, as you can see. So let's weaken this guy up and catch him. Golbat here is not a fully evolved Pokemon as it was in previous generations. In Generation 1, Zubat evolved into Golbat, but that's all you got. Generation 2 introduced an evolution for Golbat called Crobat. But in order to get that evolution, you need to maximize a Golbat's friendship value with the player. That was redundant. Let me try to say that again. You need to maximize Golbat's friendship. Once you do that, and then you level up Golbat once, it'll evolve into Crobat. It's one of the few Pokemon that evolves based on level and then evolves based on happiness or friendship. Golbat's data was added to the Pokedex. Number 64, Golbat, Bat Pokemon. Height 5 feet 03 inches, weight 121.3 pounds. Its fangs easily puncture even thick animal hide. It loves to feast on the blood of people and Pokemon. It flits about in darkness and strikes from behind. That's a really rather dark Pokedex entry for a Bat Pokemon. Alright, we're not going to go through that door yet. There is that item that we saw, so let's go grab that real quick. A rare candy. Delicious. Nothing down here. Okay. Something over here, though. Ah, here we are. This is Spheal. It is a water ice type Pokemon, and a pretty cute one at that. I made mention about Spheal over here on the Discord. It's a cute Pokemon, it really is. And it keeps that cute face even when it evolves into Celio. But when it evolves into a Walrein, for some reason it gets a fierce, angry face and loses the cute round eyes that it has. Such an adorable Pokemon. Most people don't want to evolve it because of that. Let's see if we can weaken the little guy and then catch it. That's good enough. Oh shoot, it's doing an ice ball. Okay, if we don't catch it, that ice ball is going to get powerful over time. Just like the move Rollout, Ice Ball gets progressively stronger the more turns it hits. And like Rollout, it also has a limited accuracy, so you better cross your fingers and hope that it misses. Also like the design of Ice Ball, because it does get bigger and bigger the more it gets used to. It's like one of the few moves that physically looks bigger the more it gets used. Unlike with the move Rollout, which is just the Pokemon shooting rocks at its target. Spheal's data was added to the Pokedex. Number 173, Spheal, Clap Pokemon. Height 2 feet 07 inches, weight 87.1 pounds. It is completely covered with plushy fur. As a result, it never feels the cold even when it is rolling about on ice floes or diving in the sea. It does roll, by the way. It does roll around too. If you played the Generation 8 Pokemon games, Pokemon Sword and Shield, and you play through the DLC, you can find Spheal rolling around on the ice floes in those games DLC. They're really rather cute. I love them. And we can get this item now. A big pearl. Not much else we can do in this cave, so let's just leave. We're gonna keep our shoal shells for the time being though. The old man won't take them unless we also have the shoal salts. You know what? Let's battle this sailor over here. Ahoy! I'm a buff, tough sailor. I've braved the world seas. One of the many reasons why you want to battle this guy is because he talks about the cave. He talks about the high tide and low tide of the cave, and when the change occurs. And I forgot to heal my Diana. I will be doing that periodically in this playthrough, forgetting to heal my Pokemon. Roar! I couldn't win. Register me in your Pokénav and I'll tell you something good. Registered Sailor Ernest. The tide ebbs and flows. Wait, let me say that again, I'm sorry. The tide ebbs and flows inside the Shoal Cave. By the way, it's about 6 hours from high tide to low tide. Did you know? He says that it's 6 hours, right? Let me get my phone here. So, at the time of him telling me this, it is currently 4:03 in the morning. That means that if we come back later on, the tide will be lower. Now, I don't plan on doing that, but... well, I should anyway. So we'll return later in the day. I'm about to end this episode off. It's 35 minutes in. Check this rock here. Nothing. 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 Okay, nothing here. We'll talk to that guy later. These two guys are move tutors. They will teach your Pokemon exclusive moves, but let's talk to them later. And this guy is more important anyway. I got this from Steven, but I don't know what it's good for. I think it's called King's Rock. Do you want it? Sure. Why would you want it? You're weird. You can keep it, but keep it a secret from Steven. Keep it a secret from everybody? Mossdeep City. Our slogan, cherish Pokemon. So we have arrived in Mossdeep City. We did a teeny bit of exploring of Shoal Cave. We will be back later on. Well, maybe. I don't know. But we will be back to check up on Shoal Cave once the water level has changed. So, before we end off the episode, let's do our usual thing of checking out any new Pokemon we have caught along the way. And we have quite a number of them too, by the way. Let's check out this Golbat. Inner Focus for its ability prevents flinching. In later generations, Inner Focus was also given the chance to prevent abilities like Intimidate from cutting the Pokemon attack, which is kind of weird. Naive Nature with Astonish, Bite, Wing Attack, and Confuse Ray. Not bad, not bad. And over here we have Spheal. Now, Spheal can have one of two abilities on it. In this case, of the one we just caught, she has Thick Fat for her ability. Heat and Cold Protection. What that means is that she takes less damage from fire type and ice type moves than she would if she didn't have that ability. A Careful Nature with Encore, Ice Ball, Body Slam, and Aurora Beam. Not a bad moveset. Not a bad moveset. Okay, that's enough of that. There we go. Put my controller down here. And there we go. So that's it for today's episode. Thank you all for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment on my videos. I do try my best to reply to the comments. Even if you put the comments on the server, I do try my best to respond to them, you know, when I see them. And I do heart the comments. You know, I put a heart on them to let you know that yes, I saw your comment, and I'm responding to it. So until then, when we explore Mossdeep City and maybe battle a gym leader. So take care of yourselves, don't get sick, Remember, your health is very important in this world, just like you are very important in this world. And I'll see you guys then. Much love from Mama Dragon, aka Crisis X2 Light. Take care. Bye bye. Mouse turn on. The derpy thing is always off. Okay, bye.